It is January 2nd, 2026. Look at your calendar. We are exactly 4 months away from the date that intelligence agencies have been warning us about for years, May 2026. For the last 3 years, Vladimir Putin has managed to keep the Russian war machine running by burning through the massive inheritance left by the Soviet Union. But as of this morning, that inheritance is gone. In this video, we are going to break down the 3 specific death clocks that are finally hitting zero at the same time: the tank reserves, the National Wealth Fund, and the labor force. This is not a prediction anymore. This is simple math. Let us start with the tanks. In October 2025, a leaked satellite analysis of the Vagzhanovo storage base confirmed what many suspected. The reserves of T-90 tanks are at zero. The T-80 stockpile is effectively gone. The only things left in the open-air storage yards are rusted T-55 hulls from the 1950s. Russia is now losing 150 tanks a month, but their factories can only build about 20 new ones. For the last 2 years, they filled that gap by refurbishing old Soviet metal. But reports from the front line this week show that the quality has collapsed. Russian soldiers are being sent into battle in vehicles that lack modern optics and explosive reactive armor. They are driving into a meat grinder in museum pieces. By May 2026, the last repairable hull will leave the factory and Russia will officially run out of armor. The second collapse is economic. You might have heard the news from October 2025 when the Russian central bank cut interest rates to 16.5%. They told the world this was a sign of victory. It was a lie. They cut the rates because Russian businesses were screaming that they could no longer afford to borrow money, but the inflation has not stopped. The price of basic goods like eggs and chicken has doubled in the last year. To keep the population quiet, the Kremlin is printing money to pay massive salaries to soldiers. This has created a wage spiral that is destroying the civilian economy. The liquid assets of the National Wealth Fund, which is the rainy day savings account for the entire country, have dropped to just $35 billion. At the current rate of spending, that account hits zero in May. When that fund runs dry, Putin has only 2 choices. He can stop paying the soldiers, which ends the war immediately, or he can print trillions of new rubles, which causes hyperinflation and ends the economy. Both roads lead to the same cliff. The final nail in the coffin is the workforce. As of today, Russia is facing a shortage of 12 million workers. This is a demographic catastrophe. They have tried to plug the holes by importing labor from India and North Korea, but it is not enough. The military-industrial complex is cannibalizing the rest of the economy. They are pulling men out of oil refineries and farms to build drones. This is why we are seeing fuel shortages and food price spikes. The system is eating itself to stay alive. So why May 2026? Because that is the crossover point. That is the month where the tank factories run out of old hulls to fix. It is the month where the National Wealth Fund runs out of cash to cover the deficit. And it is the month where the summer offensive is supposed to begin. Vladimir Putin knows this date is coming. That is why the fighting has become so desperate in the last few weeks. He is trying to force a surrender before his own clock runs out. But if the line holds for just 4 more months, the math will do the work for us. The Russian army will not be defeated on the battlefield. It will simply run out of gas money and metal. Make sure you are subscribed because as we get closer to May, we will be tracking these numbers every single week. The end is visible and it is closer than you think.